There is a particular utility on our Windows operating system that serves as a file management tool which equips computer users to store, retrieve, navigate, manage, and also open their created folders and files. Now, this particular utility we are going to look at in this particular video is a powerful tool in our Windows operating system. It appears in most of our installed softwares, especially when it comes to saving of files and also creating of folders. Now, this utility consists of our partitioned drives and other external drives that are connected to our computer system, and also it gives you the room to have much control and manipulation over your created folders and files. So this particular utility we are going to look at, we are going to have an in-depth tutorial about this utility, and also we are going to look up to all the essential elements, tools, and also other features that can enable us to have the better navigation and management of our available items. Now, without any further ado, let's dive in and explore this particular utility. But before then, you are welcome to Banahene Tutorial Collections, and this channel provides videos on computing skills and techniques, Microsoft Office suite softwares, and other videos that are concerned in the computing environment. Now, this special utility we are going to look at is called the File Explorer, and another name for this File Explorer is the Windows Explorer. This tool serves as a file browser which is available, as I said earlier, on our Windows operating system, and it enhances the betterment of navigating through our computer system and also managing our files and folders which are created and stored on the computer system. Now that we have this fair description about this utility, now to access this window, to access this software, how can we open this particular software on our desktop background? Now, this is my desktop background and I am on Windows 10 operating system. If you are using Windows 11, you can also follow along with this particular tutorial. But I also have a video that also provides an in-depth tutorial on the File Explorer in the Windows 11 operating system, and I'm going to link that video in the description below. You can check it out after watching this particular video. But if you are on Windows 10 operating system and this video is directly to you, now since we have our desktop background activated, how can we get access to the File Explorer on this particular interface? I am going to show you several ways you can use to access your File Explorer on your desktop background, and at the end you choose the best that is going to work for you. The first approach is to get access to the Windows taskbar which lies beneath our desktop background. So this horizontal bar that we have here is called the Windows taskbar, and we have this yellow icon here which is the File Explorer. When I place the pointer on it, I have the screen tip as File Explorer. When you have a left click on this, this opens up this utility window on the desktop background, and this is the first approach. The next approach is to hold the Windows key and the letter E on the keyboard. This also opens our special tool on this particular interface. Our next approach is to hold the Windows key and the letter X. This opens up the hidden start menu of your Windows interface, and in this list we have the File Explorer. You can also press the letter E on the keyboard to open this utility tool. And as you can see beautifully, I have this window open perfectly on my Windows interface. You can also use the search box of your taskbar, click, and then you can type the File Explorer. Now when you type the File Explorer or you type any abbreviation letter of this particular utility, you are going to have the best match in this start menu. Therefore, you can have a click on this or choose open from this section, and this is going to open our File Explorer on the Windows interface. Let me show you the last approach. This time around we are going to use the Windows key and the letter R. We are going to have this run window, And in this window, we are going to type explorer.exe. So you can see that in this field I have explorer.exe. Therefore, when you choose OK, this is going to beautifully open your file explorer on your desktop background. Now we have this window perfectly open on our Windows interface, and we are going to explore some features that best explain or describe the anatomy of this file explorer. So the first thing that we are going to look at this window is called the control box. But before then, when you open file explorer, yours might be different because of how you normally work with this particular utility. Currently, my window is not fully covering the desktop. Yours might be covering the whole desktop as compared to mine in the vice versa mode. So when you see your window not open in the restored form like mine, do not get worried. It's the same thing. Yours might be in the full screen mode, but I have mine in the restored form. And still, whatever we are going to talk about is going to best explain the way your window looks like. So the first feature that we are going to look at is called the control box. This control box is located at the top right corner of this window. So this section that you see is called the control box. I'm going to walk you through. The first button, which is to the right, is the X button, and this button is called the close button. The function of this button is to close this window permanently from the desktop background, especially when you are done with the usage of this particular window, and that is the X button. To the middle, we have this box, that is the maximize button, and the function of this button is to make your window fully covers the desktop background, that is to apply it in the full screen mode. So if I click on this makes my window fully covers the desktop background, and I have no access to any feature of the desktop background. So this is the full screen mode that is being activated by the maximize button. And as I said earlier, I said when you click on this closes your window from the desktop background permanently. And if you want to access this once again, you have to move to your taskbar or use any of the approaches that I showed earlier to open your file explorer. And now, as you can see, immediately I open this window, I have it in the full screen mode. So this tells you that any mode that you have the file explorer will determine how it will look whenever you open it once again. So because I have this in the full screen mode, anytime I close it and reopen, I'm going to have it in the full screen mode. If you try to have it in the restored form, that is also going to be the same process. Anytime you open it again, you're going to have it in the restored form. Now there is another button to the left of the X button, which is the close button, and this button is called the restore down. The function of this is to pull this window to its adjustable mode, which can allow you to adjust your window to the left, up, right and down based on your preference. So if I click on this, I have this in the restored form. Therefore, I can stretch these windows to adjust them. So you can see that I'm using the edges of this window to adjust this particular utility tool. So that is the restore down. Now the last button is called the minimize button. This works similarly to the X button, but this performs its operations in a temporal mode. So when you click on this closes this window temporarily from your Windows interface. Therefore, this window is hidden on the Windows taskbar. So if you want to reaccess this window, you have to move to the taskbar, place your pointer on the file explorer icon, and you're going to have a preview of that opened window, and you can have a click on it to open. And now we have this window activated on our Windows interface. So that is the function called the control box, which consists of all these individual commands or buttons that allows you to control the file explorer window. The next feature, which is the second feature we are going to talk about, is the title bar. The title bar is this bar that you see here. This bar is called the title bar. The function of this bar is to keep the name of the program, which is the File Explorer. So you can see that I have the File Explorer on this bar, which is the title bar, and also it consists of the control box, and also it consists of this toolbar, which I'll be talking about it in the next minute. So this toolbar is also located on this particular bar, which is the title bar. So this title bar gives you the room to control your window based on the control box, and also it consists of this name as well as this tool. Another way of using this title bar is when you double click on it, it maximizes its window, and when you double click once again, it restores this window. You can also right click on the title bar and have all these options. You have restore, move, size, minimize, maximize, and also we have the close option. So all these tools that we have here can be found on the control box, especially the restore, minimize, maximize, and close. So you can use this to maximize, and also you can use this to minimize. So this is the function of the title bar of your File Explorer software. Now the next tool that we are going to talk about is the toolbar that is found on the title bar, and this toolbar is called the Quick Access toolbar. It is called the Customized Quick Access toolbar. Now the function of this toolbar is to provide quick access to your pinned commands, especially if you have some commands you normally work within. When you get access to the File Explorer window, you can pin that icon or command on the Quick Access toolbar. So if I place my mouse pointer on this arrow, it says Customize Quick Access toolbar. It means that this toolbar gives you the option to customize it and also pin some commands that you frequently use on this toolbar. So when I click on this, I have all these options here. It says undo, redo, delete, properties, new folder, rename. We have all these options here, and those ones that are checked are found on the toolbar. So if I click on this, you can see that I have this applied to this toolbar. I also have this on the toolbar, so it means that I am adding commands on this particular toolbar. Now another way to add commands to the Quick Access toolbar is to move to any of this section, which we'll be talking about later. So let's assume that I want to use the select all option. Every time I get access to this window, I can right click on it and I'm going to choose add to Quick Access toolbar, and this command will be added to the Quick Access toolbar of the File Explorer. You can move to other sections, then you can right click and choose add to Quick Access toolbar. So you can see that I am customizing this toolbar because it has the name Customize Quick Access toolbar. So that is the function of this toolbar. Another way to customize this is to click on this arrow and then you can choose show below the ribbon, and that is going to move this toolbar from its default position to another location. So now I have this displayed in this particular location, which is the Quick Access toolbar, and it is found below the ribbon. And now I have this title bar containing the control box and the name of this particular utility. So this is the Quick Access toolbar. The next feature we are going to look at is the menu bar. The menu bar is found below the title bar or the default Quick Access toolbar. So this is the menu bar that consists of these individual tabs. We have the File tab, we have the Home tab, we have the Share tab, and also we have the View tab. Now when you click on the File tab, this gives you the option to open new window. You can also open new window in new process. You can also open the PowerShell. You can change folder and search options. This gives you the option to change some settings that are applied to your folders and files on the computer system. You can also choose help, and also you can close this particular window. So if I choose this is going to close this window from the Windows interface. Now when we get access to the Home tab, this is the Home tab, and then this is the Share tab. Now when you select any of these tabs, you get its related ribbon. So this is the Home tab, and then this is the home ribbon. Now when you get to the ribbon, we have groups of commands. So you can see that we have the clipboard group, organize group, new group, open group, and also we have the select group. So anytime you click on the home tab, you are going to get the home ribbon that consists of groups of commands. When you move to the share tab, this also consists of two groups, which are send and also share with. So these are two individual groups that consist of their individual commands. When you access the view tab, this also provides you the panes group, layout group, current view, and also show and hide group. So this gives you the option to use this to manipulate and also manage your files and folders that are available in the File Explorer window. So this is called the menu bar, and as I said earlier, the menu bar consists of tabs, then consists of ribbons, and also consists of groups of commands. So this is the menu bar. The next feature we are going to look at is called the navigational buttons. Now the navigational buttons is located in this particular section. This is where we have the left arrow, right arrow, and also we have recent locations, and also we have the up arrow, and all these are called the navigational buttons. Now if I select this, now you can see that I have this activated. That tells me that I can click and move to the previous location. If I select this, I can click on this, and this is the left arrow, and now you can see that I have the right arrow also activated. That will take me back to the current location or the pane that I selected. So if I click on this, this takes me to the current location, and this takes me to the previous location. I also have this that takes me to the main desktop background, or it takes me to the desktop interface. So you can see that this is the desktop that is selected here, and I have all these items on the desktop. If I choose this, I'm going to have these items that relate to this particular directory. So this directory is located here, but anytime you click on this, it moves you to the this PC icon, and therefore your desktop is going to be selected, or your this PC icon is going to be selected. So as you can see here, and this gives you the option to change the main directory that you want to access. So you have this icon here that says this is this PC, and this is the icon that represents the this PC. Therefore if I choose this arrow, I have desktop, this PC, OneDrive, recycle bin. So if I choose this is going to change, and I'm going to have the recycle bin icon, and that will be the option that is selected. If I choose this and choose desktop, this is going to select desktop, and I'm going to see all the items on the desktop. So when I move back, I can change my locations or directories based on the navigational buttons. So these buttons are there to let you navigate between different kinds of directories that are found in the File Explorer window. We also have this arrow here that says recent locations. When you click, it gives you the recent locations that you have accessed or you have worked on. So you can see that we selected desktop in this pane. We had the recycle bin, this PC, pictures, desktop, and also we had the quick access. So all these are recorded based on the individual locations that we access using our navigational buttons. So that is the importance of these navigational buttons. It lets you access different kinds of locations and perform a specific task based on your requirement. So this is called the navigational buttons, and this is called the recent locations that you want to access. So anytime you click on this arrow, you can access other locations, and you can use this up arrow to access any of the selected directory in this particular list. And also you can use your left, right, and also use this arrow to determine your recent locations that you have accessed. Now the next feature in this particular special tool is called the address bar. Now this address bar is located closer to the navigational buttons, and this is the address bar that contains the name that is selected in this particular option. So if I select this, I'm going to have the name here. And also if I move to this section, which I'll be talking about in the next few minutes, when you select something from here, you're going to have its name displayed here. So as you can see, so this place is called the address bar. It keeps or shows the name of the directory or the location that you selected in any pane of your File Explorer window, whether in this section or in this particular section. So if I click outside and then choose this, that is what I'm going to see here. If I choose this, that is to go to main directories, I'm going to see that in this particular field. So this section is called the address bar. The next feature is called a search box, and that is also found to the right of the address bar, and this section is called a search box. It tells you to search within a specific location or directory that you selected. So now that we have network in the address bar, you can see that we have search network. If I change this to desktop, now you can see that I have this as search desktop. So whatever location that you get access to, you can search some items within that particular location. So if I have some items on the Bossman directory, I'm going to select Bossman, and when I move to the search box, I can use this search box to type something that is going to pop up whatever information I have in that Bossman directory. So you can see that I have typed this particular name in this field, which is the search box, and that is John, and this has brought out whatever item that is related to this particular search, and I have the option here. Therefore, if I want to open this, I can easily open this on my desktop background. So the function of this search box is to allow you to search for some items within a selected location. Now we are moving to our next feature, which is called the navigation pane, and this navigation pane is found at the left side below the navigational buttons. So this area you see here is called the navigation pane. The purpose of this navigation pane is to keep your individual and also your quick and recent access directories in this particular pane. So by default, whenever you get access to your navigation pane, you're going to see desktop, downloads, documents, pictures, and these are other directories I have accessed, and I have them here as quick access. And also when you scroll down, we have OneDrive, this PC. You can even collapse them to customize the look and feel of your navigation pane. So anytime you want to work within the quick access, you can click on this arrow to expand. Then you're going to access all the directories that has been quickly accessed or that has been recently accessed, and you can perform any other operations in them. So when you are done, you can collapse, and if I want to move to OneDrive, I can click on this expand. If I want to move to this PC, click expand, and I can access these directories and perform any other actions. So this gives you different kinds of directories, and even furthermore shows you your partitioned hard disks, that's your local disk C, and your other drives, which I have mine as letter E, and I have given the name as mine drive. So this area is called a navigation pane, and its purpose is to allow you to access or navigate through individual directories and locations that are found on your Windows interface. And as I said earlier, this allows you to navigate and manage your files, because this special utility is a file and folder management tool. So we also have other options here. So this area is called a navigation pane. So by default, you are going to see this in your File Explorer window. So this is called a navigation pane. You have this scroll bar to move up and down. You can also click to expand, collapse based on your preference, and this is called the navigation pane. The next feature is called a file and folder list section. So this area, this entire area you see here, is called the file or folder list section. So this area shows you what you have selected in the navigation pane, or which has been selected in the address bar or closer to the navigational buttons, where we can access other recent locations. So right now, if I select this document directory is going to display all the items that are involved in this particular location. So if I select this is the item in this. If I select this, these are the items in the pictures directory. So this file and folder list option, which is this area, shows you the items that are involved or the items that are available in a particular directory that is selected in the navigation pane or the address bar or this particular section. So this is called file and folder list section. The next one I want to introduce to you is the status bar of this window, and this feature, which is the status bar, is found below this window, and it is located here. This bar that we have here is called the status bar. Let me restore down. So now this particular status bar shows you the current operation that is happening. Now that we have this folder or this directory selected, we have 1, 2, 3 items. So this status bar is telling us that we have 3 items here. If I click on any of this, now it tells me that I have 3 items and 1 is selected. If I select this 2 items, now it tells me that I have 3 items and 2 items selected. So this gives you the current information about what is happening in a particular workspace. So this workspace shows me 3 items. If I move to this section, I have only 1 item here, and when I move to my status bar, I have 1 item located here. And when I choose a different directory, this tells me I have these 3 items, and that is what's located here. If I open this, now it says on the status bar we have 15 items, and that is what we have here. If I click and drag over these items, now it tells me that 15 items available, and we have 6 items selected in this workspace. So the status bar gives you the current information and what is happening, especially the items available and what items are selected. And to the right of this particular status bar, we have these 2 buttons here. They are view options element, and currently this is selected, which tells you that we are in this particular view. And when you place your pointer on it, it says displays items by using large thumbnails. Therefore, if I choose this displays your items in a list form that shows you date modified and also the type of file that you are working within. And in this case, this also provides you the size of the file. Since we have these folders, we don't actually have size for folders, but when you have a file selected, you're going to see size, type, and also the date modified. So these 2 view options gives you the option to view your items in the list mode or the large thumbnail mode. So if I click, I have this in the large thumbnail mode, and I have this in the list mode. So your best option you can choose from this particular status bar. If you want to also learn how to have view options, different kinds of view option, I have a video that shows you that. I'm going to link that video in the description below. And also, when it comes to pinning your file explorer on the taskbar, if you don't know how to pin a program onto the taskbar, I also have a video that teaches you that. I'll drop that link in the description below. Now that we have this fair idea about this particular window, which is very special to me, a very cool utility tool, now let's know some uses of this particular window. 1, it is used to view and manage files and folders by sorting out, by copying, by moving. So right now in this particular workspace, we can manage our folders by right clicking, and when you right click, you have the option to sort by name, date modified. So you can see that this has changed the arrangement of these items. You can right click, sort by, you can choose type, and that is going to change the arrangement. So you can see that I am managing these files. I want to arrange them in an order that will help me to have an easy identification of my files and also folders. So when you right click, you can also choose group, you can also choose refresh, you can choose view, where you can change the view option by extra large. You can also go for the large icons, and this helps you to modify the look and feel of your items in a particular location. So this is the sort by. You can also copy by selecting, right clicking, and you can choose copy from this option. You can also move to the home tab, and then we have the copy option here when an item is selected. And when you copy an item, you can paste it into a different location. So now that I have this particular item here, when I select, I can choose copy, select this particular workspace and choose paste. Now, as ways of managing your files, I can also select, move to the home tab, and then in the organized group I can choose delete, and this is going to delete the duplicated item from this particular workspace. Now, another function or uses of this particular file explorer is used to open a document. So if you have a document saved in any of these directories, you can choose. Especially I have these files here which are contained in this folder. So if I open this folder, I have these files available. Therefore, I can open any of these files that are contained in this particular directory. So these documents that we have here, I can choose any of them and open it. And that is one function of this particular file explorer. It also allows you to open program, especially when you are located in the local disk C. In this local disk C, we have program files. When you open the program files, we have folders available, and these folders have names of applications that are installed manually by the computer user. So you can see I have this particular folder which says handbrake, and when you move to the desktop, I have its icon here. I can easily open this from this desktop, but let's assume I am working within the local disk C and I have accessed this particular interface. I can use this option to open this special application which is handbrake. So the handbrake icon is here, which has this name. Therefore, if I double click, so you can see that I have opened this handbrake application through the local disk C, and this was found in the file explorer window. So as we can launch programs directly from the desktop background, we can also do it from the local disk C when we get access to the program folder. One more thing that I want to show you is whenever you are in a particular workspace or you are in the list section of a file or folder, when you press the F3 on the keyboard, this moves your blinking cursor to the search box, and you can quickly type something or an item within that particular location you are situated. So these are some of the uses of the file explorer, and as we have gone through this in-depth tutorial of how this explorer works, its features, and how it operates, I believe that whatever that we've touched in this particular window is going to help you get the understanding and also help to have a better usage of this special utility. Hope you like this video. Please like, share, comment, and also to be part of this great community, I will urge you to subscribe by clicking on the red button that says subscribe and join this particular community, and let's have a conducive environment.